let's dive into the messages because, you know, they can be really unique.
Yeah, finally.
Finally! Mission failed, boys. You matched with this person. Do you think guys think with their dicks? Yeah, but that's alright. Lol. In that case, will you blow my mind? Lomeo, good one. Thank you. Okay, well, you know, this is a bit memey. Of course, there's attempted humor. It could easily go wrong, but nothing actually happened. I want to really make you guys realize, where did this go? It went nowhere in the end. Let's be realistic. Did she laugh? Did she giggle? Maybe. But you still haven't met her. You need to
I have the feeling this guy put it. It worked good, obviously. Otherwise, it wouldn't appear on Reddit. First thing, the other thing, of course, it was meant from the start, I think, to be kind of get a good reaction out of the girl, so I can post it as a meme. Because at the end, he says, "Oh, thank you." That's it. He didn't go any farther, and this is the shittiest thing you can do. Is at the end of the day, when she responds even to this shitty line, she responds well, and then you come up with "thank you." Just go more forward with it. Here, what I would do is, of course, withdraw pressure, because you already made it too direct from the very start. Withdraw pressure, continue with kind of quote unquote more boring texting. This is the thing to go forward in such cases, as I would do. But it was only for the meme.
You seem like a woman who sees the magic in all things. It makes me so happy how men project their fantasies onto others. Okay, it's something interesting. So there is a problem here.
I don't know. For me, like there is not much context at all. It's just like more some memes, as you said, and try to go too much of the reaction, go too much for the reaction, and then post it on Reddit. So it has no really, I don't know.
Okay, the problem I see with this is that I don't think that opener was necessarily a problem, but there's a reaction to the opener, and it doesn't matter what your feelings are with this. I also think this is pretty weird that she responded this way, because I don't really think that's a problem. You seem like a woman who sees the magic in all things. Like, that's not even a bad thing? Or am I really missing something here? And then she responds in such a negative way. So if this happens to you, if this was happening in your perspective, what matters here is that there's an obstacle and you need to get over it. I know that there are a lot of guys who are just like, unmatch. You can do that if you want to, but I always look for these solutions. If you want to find a solution just like me, what matters here is that you reframe it and you say something along the lines of,
I mean, what are you thinking? I think the guy wrote this particularly because she had something in her profile which was amplifying that, I don't know, maybe some, I don't know, she was holding up, I don't know, dildo, I don't know what. You never know. And then he came up with this line, because then she goes into it and kind of sexualizing it. So I think she knew why he was coming up with this opener. Something in her profile or must amplify something in that direction, I assume.
Yeah. We don't really know the full context, if there was something in her photos or something like that, or if there was something in his bio that would suggest some kind of problem. But if we assume that none of that happened, the problem here is that she's being a little bit attacking. And one of the bad things that can go wrong here is that you really try to defend yourself, but what matters is that you reframe it in a way that gets away from this. And perhaps you could do something like, that's not what I was referring to. I just want to know from you, what are free things you would do for fun? What kind of adventure do you like? Anything that gets it away from this topic. If you really dig into what she's saying, defend yourself or attack her or unmatch, that's the end of it. It's not really gonna work out well. But
I mean, I would what I would respond is, she writes me, it makes me so happy how men project their fantasies onto others. I would come up with exactly the fantasies, having delicious cocktails with a charming guy and mix of uh, humorous and flirty conversation. Something like this. And then we see how she's reacting to this one.
Yeah, or I got a pretty bold one. Um, Dreams and fantasies do not require consent. It's all just imagination. But I would like to imagine that we can still have some kind of good time. Um, Maybe not good time because that's kind of overused in a sexual context, but I would like to imagine that we can have an adventurous date. What are free things that you would love to do for an adventurous date? And then possibly she gives you some options, possibly not. We don't know until it happens, but that's a possible way this can go. Let's take a look at another one. Maybe it's. We'll give this 2 more on Tinder, and then we can switch to the Telegram group because that's just pure everything we're looking for.
I mean, this Reddit is like pure dog shit, really.
Reddit is pure dog shit. That's goddamn right. Let's skip all the small talk. How spontaneous are you? Very not spontaneous at all. Oh snap, we're completely opposite. I don't think we match. That's what can be considered push-pull. Thing is, if I reply yes, you'll say, okay, so come up, baby, here this time. And that's not spontaneous. That's stupid. Oh my god, she's onto something. This is so much better. Why do you compare me with everyone else? Oh, this is quite good. Because I don't know you. I just base it on my personal experience. Your personal experience is not enough. I don't look as needy as you think. Okay, so let's say I'm very spontaneous. Now what? This is where I would say the next thing to reply is, okay, so maybe you're not spontaneous. Are you adventurous? This is what I realized because this is all in my book. My first major line that I found success with was, let's skip all the bullshit. How spontaneous are you? And then stuff like this was happening because some people would say, okay, I'm not very spontaneous. And then I reframed it to adventurous. I reworded everything, not everything. I changed one word. Let's skip all the bullshit. How adventurous are you? So then it became the Adventurous Line. So that opened it up a lot more because as good as spontaneous is as a word in a lot of interactions, adventurous is even more powerful because you can directly relate that to the date. So for example, you can say right here, if you're not very spontaneous, are you at least adventurous? And then from there, you can say, what are free things you would love to do for a first date? And then you're extracting various options of what she perceives, what she wants to do for a date. And you can then do that and start moving the interaction forward, getting that date, going on that date. It could be ice skating, it could be something adventurous, it could be something crazy. That's where a lot of possibilities can be happening. This guy got stuck here.
I mean, the thing is as well, this guy, this reminds me of guys who approach a girl and then the girl rejects them and they said, oh, you are not beautiful anyway, or you're a hoe or whatever. I mean, here as well, he's asked how spontaneous she is. He obviously either wants to go on a date or at least is attracted to her, and then he withdraws with, oh, I'm not as needy as you think. It's like, and he automatically feels attacked and gets over emotional just because she said, oh, it's not fitting now.
Yeah.
And don't compare me with everyone else. I'm not as needy as everyone else. And blah, blah, blah. It's like too over emotional, too dramatic here already. So, yeah.
Actually, that's interesting. I was perceiving it as sassy, and you're perceiving it as kind of weird, or for lack of a better word. Um, that's good. Two different perspectives there. Um, from my sassy point of view, I think it went okay. It wasn't amazing, but at least right here, he's in the position to move it forward and extract those date ideas and then go on it. So I was perceiving this as a bit of banter, a little bit of banter, and it seemed to work. But I also recognize that why do you compare me with everyone else doesn't really push the interaction forward. It doesn't really land you to date. It's a little bit wasting time. He could have literally just done what I suggested right up there before he said, why do you compare me? Instead of saying, why do you compare me? He could have said, okay, fine. How about adventures? And then lean towards that adventure route.
And sometimes girls just test guys to see, okay, what if I'm saying I'm not, or what if I rejecting him, how he will behave? Is it still the cool guy, or will his will he get emotional, or will he get upset, will he get angry, like this case? So very often girls just want to test you, how you act, how you taking this, you know? And you can read many things out of this. Does he have options? Is he how is he, you know?
Hey, how are you? I'm well, and you? I'm fine too. I'm just resting and relaxing at home. That's not a very relaxed way of saying it. Did you do anything interesting today? This conversation is not interesting.
It's actually the girl is taking over here. The girl is the one, and the guy
leading.
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, this is what I refer to as bullshit. It's just like you're saying,
Like when a girl writes, did you do anything interesting today? And he's like, oh, I'm just going to the gym and use the sauna for a few hours. You know, here you can already start, like, if she's investing that much, and which indicates high interest already. And did you do anything interesting today? You can write, yeah, I went to the gym, and then I will have a date with a cute XYZ, I don't know, something referring to her profile, having delicious cocktails. Perfect. You know? Afterwards, I'm gonna have, and then you refer basically to her. Automatic, you can automatically test the ground and automatically close here. At least better than yeah, that sounds great. You often go to the gym, it feels good. I think it helps detoxing, find the body. It's like you talk like, I don't know, like it feels like you talk to your, I don't know, mother. Or
yeah. It's not interesting at all. Did you do anything interesting? Well, this conversation is so interesting. Same. I'm recharging. Might go to the gym to use the sauna in a few hours. That sounds great. Do you often go to the gym? It feels so good. I think it also helped detoxify the body. Fuck, what is this guy talking about? Yes, I often exercise too, but I don't go to the gym.
I think it's 4 more of these screenshots.
Exactly. This is a huge. I often do yoga to exercise. A lot of girls do yoga, just not my thing. I go every day to lift weights and walk on the treadmill. Like, come on, you could have made a date idea by now. You could have said, okay, that sounds good. Let's go to the gym together.
And already it's afterwards, so the girl is trying to, like, do you have WhatsApp? We can write there. And he's like, I do, but Tinder is okay too. Wait. Fuck.
Oh, like, hang on. I gotta read that.
It feels actually like the blue one is the girl and the white one is the guy.
Yeah, it's switched. Something's fishy going on. Really? Something fishy going on here. Everyone has their own way of exercising. Do you have WhatsApp? We can chat there and make friends. We can have a better discussion there. Well, I think you can have a better discussion anywhere. I do, but Tinder is okay too. Yeah, you're goddamn right.
it feels that
Fuck.
he's not into her at all. But then why matching her in the first place? You know,
Is
if
this
you don't
guy
feel attracted, then
stupid?
why are you matching her anyway?
She literally offered her phone number, and
Yeah.
he just didn't take it. Don't read into that too much. You don't have to take everyone's phone number. You're a man. You can do whatever you want. But um, it's like this guy just has no idea what's going on. He is not leading. This hurts my brain. You in LA? No, I returned to New York from Los Angeles yesterday. Now we're getting to logistics.
Wake me up if it's done.
Please give me your number and I will leave you a message on WhatsApp. She's really chasing, man. Take the fucking hint. Looking forward to going to Los Angeles next time. We can have a cup of coffee. Cool. I love New York City. I'm from New York State originally. Come on, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Great. So what's your number? Free times. Free times she has asked you. Let's just chat here. Why? I don't understand. We can chat better on WhatsApp. 4 times. Holy fuck, man. How? Won't you? Not yet. I don't know you well enough. I see. Give me your number and I'll think about it maybe. Oh, fuck. God. What is wrong with this guy? This is my number. The one below and the one above are wrong. What? The number below is my correct number. You can leave me a message. This is just way more complicated than it needs to be. Oh my god.
But somehow he's still into, because he's still like, how often or when will you be back in LA? Do you have family here or business? And what the fuck, really? Like,
how often?
I think it's the weirdest
or when will
conversation I've
you?
ever seen.
This is lame. Blah 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 blah. He's like asking all these questions, but it's going nowhere. Why don't you send me a message on WhatsApp? Fuck it. This guy just. And this guy was asking, is this girl real or a robot? If real, I was thinking I'll tell her to text me or something every day until she got back. And if we meet, that I'd give her a number. Good or what?
I think
No,
the girl
this
asked
is
herself
just
the same.
stupid. Oh, man.
I think the girl asked herself the same, if you're a fucking robot, really. It's like...
Down for Indoor Olympics. What the hell are you even saying? This is useless. Let's not even read into this. Some Chinese writing. I hope the fox and the confessional are not in your place. Very cool. You do tattoos. I'm thinking to get one now. Maybe you can give some advice. Haha, I don't speak Chinese. Fox and confessional, not mine as well. Thanks, yes, sure. You can ask me. I'm tattooing though. I thought your signature from painting was a Chinese character. Glad to hear that. Haha. Okay, if we ever meet, I will tell you my idea then. You don't speak Spanish, right? I'm really intrigued with you. I haven't seen many profiles like you. I'm Korean. Don't speak Spanish. Right. Haha, yes, it's true. This is just...
The thing is as well, guys always, what they do is when the girl is asking 3-4 questions, or there are like 3-4 questions in a text, they answer all questions one after another. What you do is you take a look at those 3 questions and answer only one. And this will be the one which brings you the most forward to the date itself.
Mm-hmm.
Or where you can DHV the best, where you can really write the most, where you can really come along as interesting and don't let the conversation die, you know? And not like, I don't know, answer each one of them and then you come up again with 3 questions, one after another. It's just terrible.
Yeah, it makes it more complicated. And then it just becomes a fucking mess, just like this. Cool. I don't know much about Korea. Want to go for dinner tomorrow, maybe? Then responded with another message. I'd like a lot to meet you if you want some time. And then no response for another day. That's a little bit impatient there. You don't know it yet, but I'll be the love of your life. Give me a chance. No response. This is probably because it was made way more complicated than it could have been. Also, kind of, I feel like saying I don't know much about Korea kind of didn't help. I'm not saying it's the main reason this happened. What I am saying is that you admitting you don't know much about something makes you seem like you're a little bit stupid in some ways, in some form. Um, Instead, you could say something much better and much more directed towards the date, such as, wow, I never tried Korean food before. Can you cook? Or, I never tried Korean food before. Do you know any great places? You got two ways to go right there. Cooking or go to a restaurant and you get to learn more about it instead of saying, I don't know much. And then you immediately just have two date ideas right there, at least.
Can I say something quickly to the Korean thing?
Yeah.
If such thing pop up and you have absolutely no fucking clue when she says, I'm from Korea or I'm from here, I'm from there, use the fucking internet. Before you shoot yourself into the own foot, oh, I don't know much about Korea. Fine. Then just Google, I don't know, traditional food in Korea or traditional Korean food. Then something pops up, as I said, and then it's come, oh, I never ate or I never tried.
I never tried bingsu.
Yeah, I never tried ... And you're automatically again right in the game. Instead of, oh, I don't know much about Korea. Want to go for a dinner tomorrow. She doesn't respond. And then guys always think, oh, she didn't see maybe the message, or she maybe didn't get it. Then I'm shooting again and or more over the top. I would like to meet you if you want some time. And then he comes up with, give me a chance. I'm the love of your life. And yeah.
Becomes needy, way too needy. When all four of these messages could really be summarized in a positive way into one thing, and that is, oh, that's cool. I would really love to try bingsu, for example, or cool. I haven't really tried Korean food before. Can you cook? Or the same thing, but do you know any great places for it? And that is your date idea. That is all four of those messages in one, without the neediness and without the coming back, have you seen my message kind of vibe. Because you wasted the opportunity to turn this into a date idea. Now, there is a date idea here, want to go for dinner, but it's way too vague. It could have been condensed into one very simple message, which was asking her a question. But I'm also seeing, want to go for dinner tomorrow, maybe. If you're going to make a step, take the step and not half the step. Don't half-ass your interactions. You need to move forward, not be hesitating, not fucking half-ass everything you're doing. You need to be confident and show that you're able to make a decision. That'd be like, oh, maybe if you want to, stuff like that. That is way too fucking needy. That was a great example. Yeah, you're right. Hey, I'm Marco. How's it going? Hey, nice to meet you. It's going good. Kind of lazy day to day. This for me, this is a bit of a red flag. There's not much going on in her life. Yeah, that's how Sundays are. Netflix and chill kind of day. Yes, good morning. Lol. Someone's in a good mood. Come on, like, where is this going? You're just talking about nothing. Like, Seinfeld may have been a very successful show, being about nothing, as they joked about, but this interaction is about nothing. It's like, how's it going? Having a lazy day. That's how it is. Netflix. Good morning. Someone's in a good mood. Where's this going? It's going fucking nowhere, and that's why you need
obviously
to change
she can read what your fucking name is.
Huh?
I mean, obviously she knows what your name is. You don't have to, hey, I'm Marco. I mean, what the fuck? Your name is up there anyway. How is it
Hey,
going? It's like the easiest. It's like the most. I think most common ever opener in the whole world. Hey, how is it going? Or hey Jasmine, it's me. How is it going? What
yeah.
an opener should be. First of all, short. Second, easy, which means everybody should really get the joke or get the statement or whatever. Short, easy, should trigger an emotion, which this doesn't at all. Trigger an emotion. And fourth point is to uh, provoke a response.
Mhm.
Trigger an emotion to provoke a response. It should be, of course, a positive emotion to trigger a response. These are the 4 points for an opener. That's it.
The only thing for me is that I don't give a shit about the emotions. I'm just very objective in getting to the date idea and then making the date happen. So for me, instead of the emotion, it would be being focused on making steps towards the date. Like, you're absolutely right. Like, how's it going? How are you? I hate these questions. I have hated these questions my entire life. And that is probably one of the reasons behind the success of my book and why I'm so direct, because I don't like to waste time. These are uninspired societal sayings and phrases that just lead absolutely nowhere. You can say, so there are more than, I think, 1 million words in the English language. There are so many words you can choose from, so many combinations, so many possibilities. And you're going with the worst fucking option there is, the most basic, the most boring thing. And where is this going? It's going nowhere. You need to be focused on taking steps towards getting on a date with her. You need to be focused on taking steps towards meeting, because everything between opening the message and meeting her is a waste of time. If you're starting with the opener and ending with meeting her, and there's so much shit in the middle, you would just make it so much harder for yourself. Instead, I have my own typical openers, which I can show on the screen, but a much better way to ask a question as an opener is something that's interactive, like a quiz. Make it exciting at least. For example, if you really, really, really want to skip the bullshit and get straight to the point, you could say, okay, quiz time. Pick your favorite option. A, ice skating. B, eating pancakes. C, pillow fight. And you could do D as well if you want to. Just make it 3 or 4 options at the most. And she will tell you, I like A, I like B, whatever. And then you can follow up with another question. Maybe maybe something to do with location, or that's good. I agree with that. Let's do it. Something like that. It's moving forward towards going on the date. But all of this is just preparation for the next thing. What is the next thing? This is why it hasn't even got there. And it hasn't got there because this is just a waste of time. It achieves nothing. You're just trying to validate yourself by getting a reply. You're just saying, I'll try this. Oh, she replied. I'll try this. Oh, she replied. I'll say this. But you're
Also, if the
not
girl comes up,
targeting it.
yeah. Also, if the girl comes up with kind of a lazy day today, it implies she doesn't have any plans where you can what you can use to meet her up. Because she gives you actually like, hey, it's a lazy day today. I'm doing nothing, and then the guy's like, oh yeah, this is how Sundays are, Netflix and chill kind of day. And then she even writes you to this shitty message. She even writes you the next day, yes, good morning, lol. And then someone's in a good mood. I mean,
Yep, there's a wasted opportunity there. So, kind of a lazy day today. Okay, I got a plan for you. This is
yeah.
what we're gonna do. Are you up for it? and you got it right there. You can then get her phone number and go if she is up for it. It could have been that simple. And if you don't believe me, just look at my book. I got a book called The Message Game, and there are examples in here that get to the date in just free messages. Well, get the phone number in just free messages, and then from there you can plan the date, go ahead, and get that shit done. But this is just a waste of time and wasting opportunities to meet. Good observation there. Let's not waste time here. Are you a spontaneous person? Do tell. Let's grab a drink in the city center. I just arrived in town. Gotta celebrate. I have plans already. Tomorrow would be nice though. Deal. This is good. Deal. Let's exchange WhatsApp and keep in touch there. I really hate this app. Morning, that was quick. Haha. And then what happened here? He got a date out of it. Very pretty and sweet girl. Told me I was the first one to ask her out straight away and appreciated it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Competition here. You got to remember that there's so much competition on Tinder. In the Western world, in the USA, in England, in Australia, in Canada, the statistics say that for every woman on Tinder, there are 2 men. That's problem one. And there are so many other problems that build up on a macro level. So that means there's a lot of competition for you if you're a man. There's a lot of competition you're dealing with if you're a man. So the fact that you're getting straight to a point is actually a good thing. A lot of people ask me, should I be doing this? It's way too direct, or I should get to know her first. Getting to know her first is what the first date is for. The best way to get to know someone is to be in front of them in person so you can actually see them, know who they are, and then you can have a conversation. But my advice also is not just to make your date about a conversation. The conversation should be a bonus, and your date should be an activity that is fun. So you actually get to have a conversation, get to know each other while you're doing something fun, and therefore your date is fun. Now let's look at it from another perspective. You're a woman, you're using Tinder, and you have more than 500 matches, which, as I said previously, 70% of men using Tinder have no more than 100 matches at the absolute maximum. 70%. If you look at female statistics, and I don't have access to those, it's completely different. There are so many more women who have hundreds of matches. It's way more easier for a woman to be able to get hundreds of matches and have hundreds of matches. Just talk to any of your female friends, and you'll see for yourself how crazy it is if you don't yet understand. So, therefore, she also has potentially hundreds of message threads, not active ones, but probably a few dozen kind of semi-active message threads going on that are coming at her. And now, if you also think about it, how many of those is she responding to? Well, we can just make up a number, but whatever number that is, that's your direct competition. That's your closest competition because they are getting attention if she's responding. The more you drag on the conversation, every second that goes by, it's not like it's a bomb or anything, but every hour, every day that goes by that you delay is another hour, another day that someone else gets ahead of you. So if you're taking too long and someone else is much more direct, it's over for that interaction. She has been snatched up. She's now in a relationship. She's now on a date with someone else. She's now starting a new dating phase. Something
Why
like that.
Why are you still asking about the weather?
Yeah, well, you're still asking her how much fun she's having, what's her favorite Netflix show, how's the weather? How's it going? Oh, what did you do today? All these basic fucking questions. How many other message interactions does she have going right now? And how many of those guys are going to be faster than you? And the guy who does it the right way, but also gets there with good timing, is the guy who is much more likely to go on a date. If
Yeah,
you're
that's the guy who
taking
seals
way
the
too
deal.
long, also, it's not just that, but the fact that you're taking way too long also means that she could very easily get bored of you. She has lots of other things, lots of other guys messaging her. She has a life going on. And she might be thinking, this guy is just asking questions, talking about nothing. And then no wonder she's going to ghost you.
And the guy must be insecure, or must not don't know how to I don't know, get a girl of my caliber like on a date. She automatically assumes, oh, I'm too attractive for him, or he maybe never dealt with a girl like me. So
Mhm.
he's insecure and he doesn't know how to do it. And I talk to many girls in real life and they show me their Tinder conversations. And it is the sad reality. Guys writing these big fat bricks of text asking about the weather. Hey, how was your day today? Hey, what are you doing? While she's like spread out on the bed and getting fucked. And the guy's like, oh, it's such a nice weather. What did you do? And stuff like that, instead of
Oh,
asking her out.
yeah, it's like, oh, your parents live in Chicago? I'm from Chicago. How crazy is that? And then you're just like being so focused on trying to show commonalities and all these other things that don't matter. Like, but I said something funny. She must like me. How many other funny things has she seen today? It's 2023. There are memes on the internet, fucking everywhere. Just because you're being a clown and being a little bit funny, being a bit witty, doesn't mean you're going to get the date. The only thing that matters in message games is that you actually move it forward, skip the bullshit, lead, and meet. Those are the three things, but really you can summarize it in one thing: meet. Because if you don't meet who you're trying to match and message, then nothing ever happens. Then realistically, the result is zero. The result is nothing.
I mean, it's like a pen pal, It's like even a guy on death row who is like sentenced to for life in prison and never has the chance to get a visitor or to fuck this girl in real life. Even this guy is more sexualizing the conversation than you are doing with your boring ass texts. So
Mm-hmm. Let's get back to another interaction. I love your bio. Why, thank you. I worked really hard on it. That could be a Taurus thing, potentially. What would be an amazing date for your star sign? Like, what kind of fucking question is that? I don't know. Not super big into astrology. What I would say here is astrology is bullshit. So that was not really good to say. Instead, you could have said something along the lines of, what are three things you would love to do for a date? And that would have not mentioned astrology. It would have made it so much easier. But she objected to not to knowing because she doesn't know, because you're talking about something completely stupid. So this guy did actually take my advice. He said, so let's put it this way. What are three things that would make a great date? You can say anything. I'm not picky. I think anything other than dinner, movies, or bar is great. You know what? This is my kind of woman. She is saying things like dinner, movies, and bars are really boring date ideas anyway. Movies, you're just sitting next to each other for 2 hours silently. You can't talk during the movie. Dinner, you're sitting across from each other, eating, speaking, potentially spitting too. And then bars, you're probably just like sitting on a stool next to each other. That's also not really ideal. So this is great. that she said this. You should not perceive this as a negative reply. This is a very good opportunity because you can now redirect this, and I would have done that regardless of what she said, to something more fun. And she already hinted that she's up for more fun things because the things she mentioned here are fucking boring and basic and pretty formal. Like,
And she's a good woman. She even saves you money because dinner actually costs. It's not good for a first date idea. Plus, girls most of the time feel uncomfortable when it comes to eating in front of a random guy.
Mm-hmm.
They feel many women told me that they feel uncomfortable eating in front of you, in front of a man, in front of a stranger, and and they are like, that's why they never pick as well something really. That's why they only go maybe with salad or something really easy to go. But it's stupid because you're focused on eating. You cannot really talk. The sexualizing fades away, and it's stupid because you do something else. Movies I used to do actually when I was like 17, 18, and my first date ideas back in the days. And I always used to wait for the scene where they kiss each other or something. And then I went as well. We had no interaction at all. And then I like went in for the kiss and shit like that. And before that, of course, I ordered always the popcorn. Where every time she was picking a popcorn, me as well, so our hands are kind of touching each other by coincidence and shit like that. But as well, yeah, movies not good either. Bar, I prefer bars actually. It's a good idea, but it depends which bar, of course. But cocktail bar or something chill, it's good. But yeah.
No, that's pretty funny about the movies thing because I remember going on a date and I was like, I'm so tired of going to these movie dates. It's all the same. I just wait 2 hours and then I do something. I was like, I'm fucking 2 hours in to this Netflix TV show. This was quite a few years ago. And then I was like, we're here. I'm here. This is her house. She obviously is interested. She's sitting right next to me. So then just go like that. Whenever, not waiting for a particular scene, even though I knew what it was because I already watched it. But I was like, I've been here for 2 hours just sitting still. I gotta do something. And then you get in your own head. It's just not ideal. So it's like, just do it because I've been waiting too long and I'm here. She's here. She's obviously interested there. And then we went to the bedroom and so it can work, but it's just not ideal for those exact reasons because you're waiting, you're sitting next to each other. If you pick a smarter date idea, like I said, ice skating before, take ice skating, for example, can be a great one. First of all, it's very informal. You could do it with your own friends. It's no big deal. Doesn't cost much money. In fact, it could be free depending on where you're from. But like for me, it's like you pay $2 and that's it. And you would normally have your own skates or something like that. But think about the possibilities. If you're doing ice skating, you can hold hands. You can do a bit of dancing. You're moving around. It's a physical thing, and it can be a little bit romantic, but you can cooperate. You can hold each other. She can fall on you. You can fall on her. It then becomes funny. Something
and physical
also,
escalation becomes natural.
Yeah, the conversation just happens. You're not forced to eat. So what do I talk about? And then you say something. You get to know each other, but focus on the fun. Doing something much more interesting. And if you're cooking together, which can also be very nice, then you get to experience potentially a new kind of food. Like we mentioned before, Korean food. You can cook together. You could go buy the ingredients first, and then if she'll be a pretty good wife who can cook for you or not. So there's a great way for looking into the future.
The thing I can recommend is mixing cocktails together.
I did that one too. Yeah.
That's really good. Get a fucking cocktail book. Have some ingredients at home. Anyway, like a few ingredients. Then invite girls over. It's the best thing you can do, doing cocktails together.
So actually, that's funny you mentioned that. The last time I did that, 5 years ago, um, she became my girlfriend. We first went to get the ingredients, and then we went home, and then um, the rest is history. It is now, of course, but
Yeah.
we made mojitos, and that was, and I think we did cooking too on top of that, maybe. But there you go. That's also another great one because you can customize your own drink. It's fun. I don't drink alcohol anymore, but
I
um,
had only one time a cooking date, but actually it was already done, and I made my mother do it. Come over and cook this for me, and then like, presented to the girl, and she was like, "Wow, you can cook really good." And I said, "Yeah."
yeah,
We're just then straight up sitting
yeah. I've been doing
to the
it for
movie, and
30
then
years.
yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, it's so much better. Yeah, so like this woman was saying, like a woman was saying, she's not interested in these boring ideas. So this is a great opportunity to go for something much more fun, and then you can move it forward very easily instead of talking about all this astrology bullshit.
And you as a man have to grab the initiative to really come up with something. Don't wait for the girl. Oh, what do you want to
Mm-hmm.
do then? You know, you are the fucking man. You have to bring in ideas, and then you confirm. Hey, does it fit for you? Yes, it does. Which day? Which time? Perfect. It's done.
Exactly. Okay, the TP is nearly the size of my house. What did you do with that thing? Oh, it was for a birthday. It's not always there. Nice. What if we made our own occasion using blankets? There's a good date idea too, a more interactive one, and at home. A non-birthday date blanket fort version. You want to make a den with me? I am 100% down for this. Like, people do not normally give this response for a bar or a movie. So this is a little bit childish, but in some ways, but it's fucking crazy. It's fucking out there, and it's fucking hilarious. Um, People are down for it. Perfect. Let's do it. What's your number? Let's. And then she gave the number. How many messages was that? Um,
Two screenshots.
One, if we class that as one message because it wasn't like he had to wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 3 or 4 messages, 4 at most, but realistically 3 messages, and he got the phone number.
I mean, I
It
had this
was
many times,
that
but you have
fucking
to be
easy.
careful. You have to be careful because it doesn't mean anything a number. This can be flakes as well. You know, it depends. Like if it's
Mm.
going that quick, sometimes there is the possibility she gave you the number because it was something funny, was something she was into the mood, and then turns out to be flaky, or it just comes up with, oh, I don't know you yet now, or maybe you should text here a little bit. But then you can seek out, okay, who is a time waster and who not, and if it's a long fuzz or a short fuzz when it comes to texting, you know. Is this the girl who is like, oh, I will be away for 2 weeks and 3 weeks and stuff like that? So yeah, but at least he made a progress.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, this could be a little bit interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being Netflix and ice cream, and 10 being hijack a submarine and go to Ibiza, how adventurous are you? 7. That sounds reasonable. By the way, this is an interactive thing, especially where it has the multiple choice A, B, C, D, E. That sounds reasonable. Part 2, multiple choice. A, comedy shows. B, billiards. I don't even know how to pronounce that. C, tacos or sushi. D, art museums. E, scenic hilltop views overlooking the ocean. F, none of the above. So, what do we do here? We could probably say, what do you suggest? And then she can suggest something. Or, why is that too boring for you? Do you have a better idea?
I mean, I would never go with that much over the top things. Some like comedy shows. It's the same like kind of movies somehow. Yeah, billiard date is not bad, or taco sushi, art museum as well. Not really.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
scenic
too many
hilltop.
options, I would say. Uh, I personally had a very bad museum story. I
Hmm.
won't bother saying it. It's so terrible. So I'm not so sure about museums as dates, but um, too many options can be overwhelming. But where to go from here? You could ask her for what she would find fun. Okay, what is something you would like to do? And see what
I
she
son,
says.
I have an idea for the very last one. I can send the last screenshot of mine, and you can break it down if you want.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I will send it in the group if it's fine for you.
yep.
You just have to check here. Wait. Okay, break down my eyes. The stage is yours.
Stage
Ready for
is
the
mine.
roast.
Here we go. Is the third pick how you gonna be ready for delicious drinks, a humorous convo, and outrageous amount of flirting? I think I know this guy on your last picture. I think I had a really bad date with him, but I'm not sure. Oh, you gotta change your friends.
I had a group photo with girls and one guy, and she was on a date with my friend actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but check how I turned it, how I turned this. So guys can learn from these things as well. This is a
yeah.
good one.
You should get better friends. Anyway, also to answer your questions, I don't know. I dress nice when I meet this friend of mine. She is really fashionable, so I also want to look nice. Oh my god, haha, what a coincidence. Now, first round has to be on me, and sneakers are fine after this. He was really an idiot. I just left. Don't know him like this. Okay, how about delicious drinks tonight? I do like that you quickly dealt with that. Don't know him like this? Move on. Okay, how about delicious drinks tonight so we can quickly fix your negative review as Tinder already wrote me. Tonight, what time, where? Also, I don't like places with a lot of people. I'm pretty introverted. Also, not a fan of alcohol. I like weed.
To be honest, I
Good
never
night.
touched any of those. I don't drink alcohol at all, and never touched any drugs, weed, etc. So, but
All is
still,
good.
I laid without anything, any of these things. I just
Only
continue.
Red Bull. Only Red
Not
Bull.
even Red Bull, nothing. But
What's
just
that in
continue.
your hand?
It is a Red Bull, but
There we go. Then I either throw out all the people and rent the whole bar tonight, or we meet up, have a walk, and see how we vibe and go to yours, as I'm sure the last thing you mentioned you won't have in a bar either. You can come here, and if I don't like you, I tell you and you go home. Well, that's very simple. I'm a very honest person. That's not a good trait. Also, I don't have anything except for coffee or Jaeger. So if you don't mind buying something, I can give you the money. Deal. Haha. Now I feel under pressure. What's your address? Don't be. I'm usually nice. Gives address. Um, but come around 9. I'm not home now. I'm working till 7. Yeah, that's fine. See you later. Okay, do you want my number?
it comes a number.
Or Instagram? I don't get notifications from Tinder. Send me your number and I'll message you on WhatsApp when I'm there at around 9. Okay, phone number. I have to think for you. Hey, I'll be at yours at 9:30. Is that okay? Yeah, fine. I'm home. I'm not going anywhere. 3 minutes. If you don't come in 3 minutes, I won't open door. Door right. Which floor? 2 minutes. Without elevator. Have fun. 1 minute. Here. Really liked it with you, and you were right. I got laid right afterwards again. Wondering if she could taste your.
Because afterwards I had another date and I had to run already, and I just said, oh, I have to go meet friends, and she said, you will get late tonight, and then this was our callback humor.
Okay. Wait. Can you explain that for everyone to understand? I kind of got that, but most
Which
people.
one?
What happened?
From the start or the last
No,
message?
at the end. What is she referring to at the end here?
No, the thing was, I later and then I quickly, of course, had to go to on another date because I was already running late. I think a half hour or something. The girl was waiting in the bar, and I told her, "Oh, I'm meeting friends," and the girl somehow must have gotten it or something, and she said, "Oh, I'm pretty sure we will get late tonight as well." And I just said, "Yeah, let's see." And then the next day, I was texting her, "Really liked it with you," and blah blah. Wondering if she could taste your pussy juice because I wasn't, I didn't shower afterwards. I went just straight to the next date, and then I got laid there as well. So it's
Hmm.
like,
Oh fuck! It's because of my screen glare. I thought she was saying it.
no, no.
Oh god damn it! That explains. It's because my fucking screen is shit.
Yeah, but anyway, if you go back to from the start, like this is how I'm doing it usually, and this is how it should be done. If you agree with me,
Yeah.
my
Okay.
opener
So,
my opener is like it's a how do you say, not copy paste, it's just referring to her profile, a situational one.
situational opener. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was
Yeah.
picking something from her picture. Oh, the third pick is how you're gonna be ready for our delicious blah blah drinks. Already trying a soft close here. Of course, what she's doing, like, oh, I think I know this guy and I had a better experience, blah blah. The thing is, what you noticed as well, don't go into that. As soon as you kind of defend your friend or jump into it and try the discussion and try to yeah, defend your friend, it's not going anywhere.
Mhm.
But I just rewinded the whole situation, said, oh my god, what a coincidence. uh Now first round has to be on me. Sneakers are fine
Yeah.
after this. You don't dress up. Doesn't give a fuck. No, haha, he was really an idiot. I just left, and then again, I don't know him like this. Okay, then it's done. Okay, how about the list drinks? Blah blah. And then I made some funny line with a fix your negative review on Tinder. And then, as she said already in the other text, that she's introverted. Of course, I said, oh, either I'm just throwing everybody out of the bar, or we meet at your place. So I was, as soon as she wrote introverted, I was like, okay, this is perfect to go for a home date straight away.
Mhm.
You know, this is how I did it. So if you have
All
anything
right.
to add, just feel free.
Yeah. 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 So home dates are ideal because everything is easy there. It's like if if one of you goes to the other's home, then there's already a lot of comfort done and dealt with, and that's a very good sign because a lot of people would object to that. So that's good to have it as an option. Good to have that as an option. Okay, that was a little bit long, so personally, I would have crunched this down into we're either going to have to remove everyone with riot gear or just do some cooking. That's really only like 10 words or something. So that, okay.
Actually, you cannot put me into the kitchen, man. You cannot
Yeah.
put me into the kitchen. I'm terrible.
You got to try it for once. Yeah, you got to try it. And then that gives you either a date idea or a very impractical kind of joke, which he knows is not the idea. So there's one option. It just makes it a lot shorter. Deal. Deal is such a great thing to say with the period at the end because it's like, okay, that's happening. Done. You don't have to write, oh yeah, that would be so amazing. We could do this, we could do this,
Oh,
blah, blah,
thank
blah,
you
blah,
very
blah.
much.
Deal. Deal. It has been dealt with. Moving on, moving forward. That's a great thing to throw in there. I do that myself. And I see there's a lot of room that you give for emotions. Now I feel under pressure. Bit of banter in some way. Send me your number and I'll message you when I'm there. That's just handling how you're going to be. So there's that. It's really quite simple, actually. It's not
Yeah.
crazy long, but yeah, I would say the worst part is here at the bottom where it says, don't know him like this. How about delicious drinks? We could quickly fix. What did she say after that? Yeah, it could have been a lot simpler, but this is really nitpicking here. So it's not a problem. You already told us what the result is, and you got the result. And not necessarily in a very slow way. Could have been a little bit faster, maybe, but you got it. So it doesn't really matter. Because I know you got stuff like this handled, but if you showed me someone else's, they don't necessarily have the experience that we have, and then
Yeah.
I can really see the shit show that's going on.
Mm. No, I was thinking this would be a perfect example because of the friends when he would like fuck it up already there, and then it's done. You won't recover that fast, at least. And yeah, or how to set up a home date, how to take it like, oh, when she says I'm introverted, and perfect, just go for it, you know. Here as well, I don't have Instagram. Do you have Instagram? In one of the messages, most of the guys always suggest to not exchange Instagram because 99% of guys have shitty Instagram. So you're gonna fuck it up even more because once she sees your Instagram, then it's like, yeah, rather go for the number, because the only thing you have, like, I hope at least one good, decent picture on WhatsApp. And then, yeah, the rest you can still, yeah, imagine if you're a high value man or not. But at least, yeah, you have just one picture and not like Instagram with your shitty stories, shitty pictures, low quality pictures, fucking 100 followers, and then you're automatically like, yeah, case closed, deal.
Yeah,
Negative
exactly. Yeah, they can't even do Tinder profiles right. Fuck, their Instagram is gonna be useless. Okay, last one. Hey, hope your day is going well so far. Kissy wissy. Loving your profile. You look great in suit and tie, by the way. Thank you. I love your vibe already. What are your top 3 things you love to do for a first date? This is good. Thank you. I love your vibe already. What are your top 3 things you'd love to do for a first date? Getting straight to the point. Thank you, handsome. Art museum. Oh, fuck, someone is interested in the art museum. Nice dinner, wine tasting. Personally, these aren't things I would do, but those are some options, and if you're up for it, go for it. And then you can say, deal. That's a plan. Or let's do it. What's your phone number? And then you can go from there, start moving a date forward.
Now, what I would add here, what I would go here, I would go with the wine tasting. First of all, she says you're already looking good in a suit and tie. Fits perfectly for kind of wine tasting events. Also for a nice dinner. But of course, a nice dinner is more like provider vibe. You know, she just wants to go for a dinner, and then most guys really, as you said, or as we said, suck when it comes to doing 2 things, like eating dinner and having a sexual, flirty conversation. Build up kino, physical escalation stuff. It can be difficult, also with the sitting position, of course. I would go definitely art museums as well. Like wine tasting is really perfectly fitting to this particular guy with his suit, with his tie. It's not out of place completely. Wine tasting, and there as well, you can be physical. It gets like flirted. The wine, you know, the alcohol a little bit justifies the actions afterwards, and I think it's a perfect date. I would go with that one. So
yeah, that's good. And yeah, that one was showing something very straightforward, and straightforward is the way to go.
Yeah,
there we go. Now, just to wrap up the video, if you guys ever need help with your message game, there are lots of resources to actually look at. So, first, there is the message game Facebook group. You can just join that. Then there is the message game Telegram group. There's also message game Wingman, where I can help you send the right responses, send the right openers, send the right messages, and break down what's going wrong. Even give your profile Tinder review, or your Instagram profile an Instagram review, and so on, where that's a call every month with me, where we break everything down and help you improve it. There's also my book, The Message Game, more than 200 pages of examples from myself, lots of examples from myself, and lots of examples from other people too. That this is a best-selling book.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I think I was one of the first ones who got the original raw version of the demo of your book you sent to me. I remember 2018, back with another
Oh, for
cover,
real?
and yeah, it was like I think 30 pages or something. I can't remember anymore, but this is how we got in touch.
Oh, that's
I think it
crazy.
was with you and RSD Max and on the cover. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I
No,
think I
that's
still have
crazy.
it.
You see, what's kind of referred to as the original or the thing that inspired the actual book. This is the book. There's no other
Mm,
book. But there before this, we had a Google Docs file with a few dozen pages, and it was a lot more basic. There were a few screenshots, a few basic breakdowns, but there was no write up of everything. There was no philosophy. It was just like annotations and stuff like that. And then the book is where Kieran, who's part of Game Global, said you could make a book out of this because that document was being shared like wildfire. It was crazy. The word of mouth was insane. The crazy thing is that 2018 it was just a Google Docs thing. It was being shared like crazy, like wildfire. Crazy word of mouth was going on. I didn't realize that's how you got to know me. And how it really made sense is that I started collecting like messages people would send me. And these are just a few. It's right at the front of the book that really inspired me to do it. Like these are the things people were saying in response. I can
mm.
just put up the thing. But for example, um, I reduced my Tinder usage time by 80%. Can't wait to see the finished book. Keep up the good work. Improved my game 10 times. Holy shit, I'll give you a blowjob for this if I was homo. Thanks for sharing. Okay. I, I was just looking randomly, and that's like the best one to read for comedy value. But yeah, so a few things you guys can do to get advice. Message Game Facebook group, Message Game Telegram group, Message Game book, Message Game Wingman, which is a subscription where we could break this down. There's also Rate My Tinder subreddit that you guys can look at, and let's help you. There's a lot to know. The book is a bestseller. It has helped thousands of men across the world. It is sold in dozens and dozens and dozens of countries. So it's pretty crazy. Does it work in India? Does it work in Australia? Yes, it fucking does. Just look at the reviews and you can do that. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, guys can find me as well, Pet Well Intentions on Facebook, Well Intentions Facebook group, and of course on YouTube, but we will link it. So yeah, it was nice, awesome to have this second collab actually. The first one was in person back in Vienna 3 years ago. Now it's here, not in person, but still it was very amazing and really love to do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, hope we shared some crazy stories and crazy shit, but also added much value for the guys and didn't disappoint you. So yeah.
Kind of winged it, but there we go.